I'm Helen Davis, an employee of the DeWitt District Library, and I'm currently reading Turbulence by Giles Foden. It is the story of Henry Meadows, a young man who was an employee of the Meteorological Office of Great Britain during World War II. This is fictional, but some of the characters and some of the events are based on real-life events. Henry's a very troubled but brilliant young man. His parents had died in front of him in a mudslide in Africa. And since he was a brilliant child, he received scholarships that enabled him to be educated in England, and he advanced rapidly in his career of weather forecasting. The weather was extremely important to the military, so he was very fully employed, had a lot of responsibilities. His superiors asked him to travel to Scotland and spend some time with Wallace Ryman to see if he could find out the secrets of the calculations behind the Ryman numbers, which Wallace Ryman had developed that supposedly help forecasters predict the turbulence between two weather fronts. When Henry was in Scotland, he had some difficulties that caused him to think that he was either going to be court-martialed or, at the very least, demoted. But instead, even though he hadn't gotten the secrets to the Ryman numbers, he wound up being placed on the team that was actually doing the weather forecasting for the D-Day invasion. The military wanted some very specific weather requirements for that day. They needed a full moon so that the tides would be proper for the landing. They could tolerate only a certain level of wind, wave level. Timing had to be exactly right because they had a huge group of people and machinery that had to be in one place. It's a wonderful novel of a tortured young man and his attempt to work with difficult people. It's also a good background of weather forecasting and even a lot of information about military requirements for the weather. So a novel that works on a great many levels.